Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Talk to Georgian live chat. My name is Jenny Thompson. I am the social media specialist here at Georgian College. And today we're going to be talking about, surprise, surprise, Georgian. So this coming Saturday, January the 23rd, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be hosting our winter virtual open house. So you can pop in any time during that day, but we do encourage you to RSVP for your chance to win $5,000 toward your tuition. So who doesn't love free money, right? You can also apply for free on the day of the event, and that goes for both domestic and international students. So definitely worthwhile to save some money there and to get some more info on that. So today we're going to be taking all your questions about Georgian, as well as the open house. And if you have any follow-up questions, you're more than welcome to join us on Saturday. In just a moment, we are going to be bringing in our guest, Kailey Hawkins, a student recruitment specialist here at Georgian College. And so you might be wondering, just how can I apply for free? How do I get that to happen at our open house event? What if I can't attend the event? Can I still get some information later on, or how do I get some help answering some questions? And what's it like studying a Georgian right now during COVID-19? You know, we know things are different. We have students studying with us from all over the world. So, what is that experience like? So please post your questions down below. I see lots of waves, lots of hellos. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's so wonderful to connect with all of you and spend this time together. So for sure, post your questions below. And now during a lot of these live chats, we do often get a lot of questions from our international students or questions just about looking for international updates. So I do want to share a couple contacts with you. So we have a fantastic international center here in Canada, and with a very knowledgeable team of people. So if you have any questions related to quarantine or housing, you're going to want to reach out to intlhousing@GeorgianCollege.ca. And then if you have any other questions, anything from what we talk about today, or anything from visas to traveling to the student experience for international students to everything in between, really, please reach out to our international team by international@GeorgianCollege.ca. Awesome. And our international team is on Instagram as well. They're fantastic. They post lots of updates on there at the letters IC Georgian, I should say. So IC Georgian. And they also host live chats on there 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're more than welcome, whether you're an international student or domestic student, jump in, connect with our great international team, ask your questions, learn what's new, what's the latest. Then they'd be more than happy to connect with you. And as always, before we get started with our live chat, I just like to show where you can find some really important information on our website. It's packed with tons and tons of resources, all about what we're talking about today, as well as, everything really that you could want to know about Georgian, including COVID-19 updates and information and how, the latest news will affect you. So I'll just give you a quick little tour of where to find some of that. So if you go to our website, this is it here. It's GeorgianCollege.ca. There's tons of information on here. What I mainly want to bring your attention to is this bright orange bar up at the top. You can't miss it. This is where you're going to find really important links. As you can see, there's winter 2021 program delivery information. Our winter semester has begun. So if you do have any questions about, whether your program is remote or not, you can always click on there and search by program. As well, what's really important too is what to expect on campus. So if you click on there, you'll find this page. And this is a really useful tool. It's broken down to really handy categories, everything from who's allowed on campus, what do you need to do before you even arrive, to parking. Some of our campuses will need, people will who are driving will need to register for free parking passes. There are designated entrances at most of our campuses, everything in between, as well as information just on COVID-19 from the college, as well as for international students. So definitely check that out. There's lots of information. It gives an easy to use breakdown about the online training module, that this is what you need to do before you go to campus, which is a Blackboard. So definitely check that out. Our Safe at Georgian app, really easy to use. It comes with a COVID-19 screening assessment on there that'll help you get on campus. All kinds of good stuff. So definitely check that out. Again, it's just up at the top here on what to expect on campus. As well, we have our COVID-19 update page. So if you do have any questions, we have answered a lot of commonly asked questions on there. So if you click on there, it will take you to this page here. Up at the top, we always have our key semester dates. So there's some important information there. As well, we also have it broken down by the side here just to make it a little easier to find your way around the site by semester, category, as well information for international students. So if you click on there as well, it'll take you to this separate page. So if you are an international student and you have some questions about Georgian, particularly related to COVID-19, quarantine, travel, anything like that, you'll want to check out this page. There's lots of information on here. As you can see, more about those live sessions I mentioned, everything from fees, immigration, travel. Again, we've answered a lot of our commonly asked questions on here. And there's information on COVID-19 from us as well as the Government of Canada, so you can get more info there. So we are going to be going over lots more. We've got lots of information on our website as well about our upcoming open house, which is this Saturday, January 23. So Kailey will be going over that with us as well in a little bit. So now we're going to be bringing her in to chat with us. So again, if you have any questions at any point, please just write them down below and we will do our best to get through that. All right, great. So now we're bringing in Kailey Hawkins, who is our student recruitment specialist at Georgian. Welcome.
Hi. Am I centered okay? All I see is like my eyes up, and it could just be the way that it's framed on my phone.
Oh, no, it looks perfect. I can see your whole head.
Good. Maybe. Hey.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, for sure. I always like coming on board. It's fun to chat.
Yeah, you have been I've roped you into many of these live chats in the past.
Yes.
So frequent guest here. For anyone who's maybe new to our live chats, can you tell us a little bit more, just to start us off, about the student recruitment team and what you guys do for students?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Kailey, and I work in student recruitment, as Jenny was saying. What do we do for students? I'm probably, if not me personally, myself or one of the members of our little team are probably going to be one of the first people that you interact with at Georgian. So we help people come here, and we field all kinds of questions from, I'm just finishing high school and I'm not really sure what's next, or I'm 40 years old and I've got this degree, but I'm thinking I might want to upgrade or try something different. What happens then? To, I'm a mom and the last little one has left the nest. Now what? It's everybody. It's full spectrum. So we help to connect the dots. Now, what we do in recruitment, sort of the difference, just I think is important to sort of put the line there. We help people learn about programs. We help people apply to them, where they're offered, find information, and we help them up until the point that they fill out an application. So if they've already filled out an application, we're still happy to try and help. We're less useful at that point. But recruitment and admissions are two different departments at Georgian, and we kind of help with the first step of getting you to the point where you're making an application and everything that comes up to that, from, tell me about financial aid options, to housing, to, what is college? That's a common question I get, actually. What do you guys do? So it's kind of a little bit of everything, actually. If you don't know who to ask, we're a great place to start.
Yeah, I'm surprised people ask, what is college? What do you tell people when they ask you that?
Well, I mean, I can speak from personal experience. I went to university after high school. I didn't know anything about the college sector at all. It just wasn't even really discussed in my household or where I was growing up. It was just university, 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 and everybody hears about those pathways, and you go to get your ologies, your psychology, sociology, and you learn how to think. But then it's like, what do you do with that? And so that was my experience. I went to a university first, and I graduated with my ology, and you know, what do you do? And so how I discovered the college sector was just actually a little bit of frustration on my part, because I didn't have any translatable skills that would easily mean a lot on my resume. I could speak well, and I could write a great essay, but I couldn't prove that I could type X number of words a minute, as an example. And so how I discovered the college sector was literally wandering onto the Barrie campus one day and just being like, what do you people do? And yeah, that was 12 years ago. And that was the start of my exploration of the college system and continual fascination with it. What do I tell people? I tell people that we train for, well, jobs. If you know that this is the occupation that you want to get into, there's a good chance there's a college pathway to get you there. We are very applied education. We're experiential, which means you get a chance to try it out, which is great. It's not theoretical. It's a great blend of the academic with the hands-on training, which I didn't know anything about. And as far as breadth of options, you know, when I was in school, I thought you went to college only if you wanted to be a police officer or a firefighter, maybe, definitely if you wanted to be a carpenter, but I didn't really understand what the breadth of options were. And here's a fun fact: in the colleges that exist in this province alone, we train for 600 unique career pathways. So there's lots of options. At Georgian, we've got more than 130 programs. So it's a place to begin. And education is it's building blocks. There's, no matter what you take, it's always going to be a benefit to move you forward. And so whenever I talk with someone that is really unsure, it's a matter of, well, you know, what lights you up? What's going to make you excited? And what do you want to try first? It may not be what you do forever. And it certainly wasn't my intention when I went to high school that I thought for sure I'd, you know, go to school and get a job. And I didn't understand that it's a journey. So it's, what do you want to try first? What makes you excited? It's going to be something that fits for you for sure. And hopefully we can help you to figure out what that is in the recruitment team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, and speaking of that too, I understand we actually have a very short, easy to follow quiz too to help people if you don't know where to start, or if you sort of have a vague idea but you're not quite sure.
For sure.
Where can people get more info about that?
Well, there's a couple of ways. So first of all, right on our website, the quickest way to do that is if you're stuck and you're like, don't even know where to begin, then you just go to GeorgianCollege.ca, and it's right there. It's called the Career Match, and you'll see it if you pan to the right just a touch. There you go. Now this Career Match is going to be different than what you might have done in high school. This is going to ask you a little bit about what you're into, who you are as a person. It's going to take 5-10 minutes to figure out. And what it's going to do is it's going to hit you back with specific results for careers that we offer, programs rather, that we offer at Georgian that you might be a great fit for, that you didn't even think could be possibilities. And it's fun to think that way. Again, this is an example of my experience, not the Career Match at Georgian, but when I took one in university, the number one career that I am suited for is a funeral director, which is kind of interesting. But if you think about it, I have really good attention to detail. I love working with people. I have a good sense of empathy. And so it's interesting when you break it down in that way, when you're thinking about what your strengths are. And that's going to help to narrow those options down, maybe some latent interest that you didn't even know that you had. So I'd recommend definitely take a look at that for sure if you're stuck and you don't know what it is that you want to do. It's a good place to begin.
And I guess as well, jumping into our open house coming up this Saturday on January 23, can you tell us more about what people can expect from that as well? Because I know we are going to be having some academic sessions, so people can check those out.
Open house is the best day to connect with us. It really is. If you're stuck, if you're thinking to yourself, well, what would be the point? I don't really have an objective. Or if you're like, no, 100%, I know for sure this is what I want and I want some really detailed information, you're going to get that at Open House. So it's different this year because, of course, it's virtual, but in a way that's kind of fantastic because you can do everything from the comfort and safety of your home. And you can attend multiple sessions, something that might have been challenging if you had to cross different campuses, because again, we've got 7. Yeah. And we've had experiences where people are interested in more than one program, and the program may only be offered at a single campus that they've had to actually cross and go to different locations to attend. You don't have to do that this time. So what it is, it's this coming Saturday, as you were saying, and it's starting up at 9 a.m. You can log right in if you want to begin right at the beginning, and you'll hear an address from our president. And I think you are the moderator first thing in the morning. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, everyone will see myself, and one of Kailey's colleagues, Stephen Fennell, will be joining me as well as co-host.
That's an experience. Yeah, so it's going to kick off, and then we're going to go into sessions. Now, there's going to be different options. So it's via Microsoft Teams, and so when you RSVP, you'll get an agenda where it's going to tell you what time things are happening and different ways to connect. And you don't have to log on for the entire time. Don't feel like you have to be live from 9 until the event concludes at 4. You can kind of pick and choose what you want. And some sessions will run twice because of the popularity of them. Things like financial aid and admissions and general questions, things like that. But if you know in advance that you are particularly interested in upgrading, then you can know that you have to log on at a particular time, and you'll be able to hear a live session delivered by a member of that team, which is amazing, because then you can ask in the Q&A session, you can type them questions, they can answer you in real time, and figure out the information that it is that you're looking for and get those answers. And again, that starts from the very beginning of I don't know where to start, to I need to know where co-ops are happening for this really specific program that's only offered at one campus. You're going to get all of it at Open House, and you can take the career match as well when you go ahead and register for the Open House. If you don't know what you want, then that'll give you the place to begin, where you can say like, oh, I'd be a great civil engineer. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to log in and find out. Isn't that fun? So all kinds of good stuff. It's the best day to get the answers. It really is.
Yeah, that's fun. I kind of want to take it now to see what I would get. Social media specialist. I don't know.
There you go.
So what if somebody can't attend the event? I mean, it is available from anywhere in the world at Eastern Standard Time, though. Yep. But how can somebody get some information, or if they have some questions, how can they follow up and get some help?
Sure. So the event is not going to be recorded this time. So if you have the opportunity to attend, really recommend that you do. But of course, people have stuff, and if you've got stuff, you can't attend. So if that's the case, then there are other options to connect with us. You can certainly connect with us as recruiters. If you want to reach out, you can book either a phone appointment with us personally, or you can book a virtual meeting. You can, we have events that are going to be happening over the next couple of months that are called Get to Know Georgian, where it will be myself with one of my colleagues, where we're going to host it's just an hour-long virtual thing where we're going to go on and kind of do Open House Light, I guess is the best way to put that, where we talk a little bit about who we are as an institution and things like that. So you're on the recruitment page right now. Let's talk quickly about that before we get into the detailed things. So yeah, if you right at the top of the page, connect with a recruiter. So you'll see our team there, and I mean, we've all been around for a while. We've all heard it all. There are no silly questions, so please don't be shy about reaching out to us. We are honestly really happy to help you. You'll see some access to some of our events that are happening. The big one, of course, Open House, Get to Know Georgian. And the one-on-one appointments was what I was referring to just a second ago, where you can actually book either a virtual meeting, as I was saying, or a phone call. And it can be for something quick, or it can be for something in depth. And if you're a parent out there and you want to, be on the call as well with your child, we're open to that as well, and we can chat all together. It's easy to do. Exactly that. You just simply click on the page that says Book a Phone Appointments, and you can select a date and time if you're choosing. The phone appointments, I should say, are restricted to domestic students. So if you are, I'm glad that you're pointing out the international side there. If you are an international student, then we do recommend that you reach out to the International Center, because the phone appointments, we're domestic student recruiters. I just don't have the equipment to offer the answers that international students may be looking for from my portfolio. But that's just me personally. There's a whole other team that's designed specifically to help international students. So definitely reach out to those guys, and they're going to have the information and expertise to assist you in those ways.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And so at our open house this Saturday, people can apply for free, which is pretty
Yes.
cool. And that's domestic and international students.
Yep.
Can you tell us about how that works?
Sure. So how you apply to go to college is through the Ontario Colleges application service, www.ontariocolleges.ca. And that's whether you're applying to Georgian or any other Ontario college in this province in Ontario. So to apply to go to college, they charge you a $95 application fee. And sometimes even just making the decision to go to college can be stressful. And sometimes people don't have an additional $95 to, take a gamble. We're trying our best to eliminate as many barriers as we can. So if you are thinking that you'd like to come to college, we want to help you to do that. So at Open House, if you register, then you're going to be given an opportunity to apply for free. So there's different sessions. I think there's twice during the day, specifically with admissions advisors to talk about what that looks like and how you can make that application. But on our website as well, actually, if you want to flip back to the site, if you have no idea how to apply to go to college, then there's great resources that will show you what it is that you need to do. So if you want to, I want to say it's a guide for new students. Or actually, no, let's just go the easy way. Up at the top under the admissions tab. And then over on the left-hand side, learn how to apply.
How to apply. I should mention too, there is an international admissions with how to apply there too.
Definitely.
But for sake of example, we'll go over here.
Yep. So this page is going to give you everything that you need to know about how to apply to go to college, how you find your program, meeting admission criteria, how to actually submit an application. So once again, you submit your application via www.ontariocolleges.ca. So it's going to walk you through, I think there's a video on there as well that can show you how to do that. And then as far as how to apply for free, again, if you RSVP and are doing this during open house, then we will cover that $95 OCAS application fee, which is pretty fantastic. So I definitely recommend for anybody that's interested, thinking about it, fill out the application, make that decision to toss your hat in the ring, give it a try. And if there's anything that we can do to help to bridge that gap to get you from where you are to where you want to go, then we want to be there to help answer questions, to help with that fee, or to just give you that support that you need to be able to take that next step.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess I guess another question people might wonder too is, do you have to apply to Georgian if we're waiving the fee, because you get several options, right?
You have up to 5. We ask that 1 out of 5 is for Georgian, but if you want them all to be for Georgian, that's important to know as well. You need to know that only 3 out of the 5 can be for a single college. So you can't fill out all 5 for Georgian. You can pick 3 from Georgian. But yeah, just fill it out. And then the other thing that's recommended as well is make sure you get your application completed in advance of the February 1st deadline, which is part of the reason that we're talking about this today. Today is the open house is going to be the 23rd. The 1st is going to come up quickly. Right now, we're in this period of time for the application cycle that if you're thinking about going to school next September, you're not late at all. You can make an application and nothing is going to be reviewed for September admission until February 1st. So come to open house, make those decisions, get that application going, and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. And another great reason to RSVP is that $5,000.
Well,
you could win.
I think that everyone could do with some extra cash in their pocket at this stage in the game. So yeah, that's definitely a very, very cool contest and incentive that you're automatically entered into. If you register to come to open house, then you're automatically entered into an opportunity to win up to $5,000 against your tuition at a Georgian program. So there's nothing you need to do. You just register, RSVP, and you're in. And hopefully you'll be able to, take that home when we're done. And I did check, this contest is specific to this event. So the odds are great if it's not like we've been having this open for months and months and months. It's specific to this event. So it's, might as well, right?
Yeah.
I like free money.
Yeah. Who doesn't? And we've got a couple questions here. There's one that just came in from Jacob Shepard. What if you already applied to colleges? So I guess, can you still come to the event? Can you still apply?
For sure. So if you've already submitted your application, then unfortunately we can't reimburse for the application fee. We've asked, it's not something that's available through Ontario colleges, so it's unfortunately not something we can do retroactively. But if you've already applied and you're thinking that you want to change your mind, then nothing is set in stone. You can definitely go in and you can move your application information around. You can re-rank them if you want to, whatever you'd like. But yeah, you can come in and we get that a lot. A lot of the high schools actually will have their guidance teams will have their high school students complete these applications in advance of the holiday break in December, because things get crazy in January with snow days and exams and so on and so forth. But then, some kid has an epiphany over a Christmas turkey that they don't want to be a paramedic anymore and they want to be a carpenter. That's okay. You can go in and change your mind. So yeah, it's pretty fluid.
Yeah. And they would just go right into Ontario colleges. That's where they would change.
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome. And we had another question earlier from Wiseway Rwanda, who's asking about, can you study English at Georgian?
We can, yes, absolutely. Through the English for Academic Purpose option. So if you want to go to academics under the tab there on the website.
I can do that. There we go. Academics.
And then over on the right-hand side there, English Language Studies. Down at the bottom under Preparation Programs. You can go ahead and click on that and you should be able to find the information that you're looking for and why studying English at Georgian and the programs. There's a little video to help you out there, some links for international students, and all the information that is commonly asked about those types of questions.
Awesome. Yeah, great breakdown there. Cool. And I'm sure people are wondering too, just in this, we're studying through a pandemic right now. What can you tell people a little bit about what it's actually like being a Georgian student right now, during COVID-19?
So taking our lead from both federal and provincial governments with regard to stay-at-home requirements and restrictions and things of that nature, we are doing everything we can to keep both our staff and our students safe and following those mandates. So most of our programs are offering as much of a hybrid or remote delivery as possible. And what that means when it's hybrid is that means sometimes some of it's going to be online, sometimes some of it is going to be in the classroom. And realistically, there are some classes, especially since I was talking at the very beginning that college is hands-on and gives you that, non-theoretical training. You can't really train for a lot of welding, theoretically. You got to be in there. So there will be some, in many cases, requirements for on-campus study. And so what that looks like, it really breaks down by individual programs, sometimes by individual course, and by individual instructor and campus. On our website itself, we've got a great winter 2021 delivery program delivery information where you can actually search and figure out, well, if I'm thinking about coming to school at another time and I wonder what Georgian did to adapt now. You can see what we're doing right now with the hope, of course, that this vaccination is going to be in place, that we can be back to normal, whatever that looks like after this is all done, delivery by September. But as far as what we're doing right now, sometimes it's a blend of the language they use is called synchronous versus asynchronous. So synchronous is what we're doing right now. It's live, synchronized, we're talking to each other. Asynchronous is, a teacher posts on a discussion board that here's your project, here's the instructions, and you have this due by the end of the week. And it's going to be a blend of that. So there's no kind of cookie cutter response to that one. It's we're adapting and we're trying to deliver the best quality educational experience we can to our students while maintaining the safety of everybody during this bizarre time that we're living through. So yeah, I think that's probably the easiest way to respond to that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great way to put it. It is bizarre, isn't it? And we have a question here too from Lazy Daisy Lavender. Is it too late to start winter programs?
That I would check on OCAS. I want to say that it's going to be closing soon if it hasn't already closed. So when you're on OntarioColleges.ca and you're looking to make an application, then it's like a stoplight. If the program that you want to apply to has a green dot beside it, green means go, good to go, make that application. If it's yellow, it means it's waitlisted. We've got enough applications and we are evaluating those. And if it's red, that means that it's closed. So that's the best way to kind of go through that. Go to OntarioColleges.ca. If it hasn't closed already, it will soon. I haven't checked that today to determine what the scoop is.
Yeah, great. And we have sort of a comment here as well from Mud Havenacum. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Just mangled that. From Mud Havenacum, who says, I have enrolled in food and nutrition management program, and I just want to know more about it as well, know about teachers and this program if possible. I know that we would spend all day breaking down every single program. As you said, we have 130 plus programs, but if somebody's interested, maybe we can tackle that sort of broadly. Like if somebody's interested in learning more about a specific program, what should they do?
Well, two things. If you're talking today or tomorrow and you're like, man, I really want to know, go to OpenHouse. OpenHouse is the place. You're going to be able to get all the firsthand information. You'll be able to take virtual tours of the campuses, all that kind of good stuff. Now, if it's after OpenHouse, one more time, if you want to flip back towards the website, Jenny, I'm going to show you how you can find the information you're looking for.
And I'm just seeing too, there's a comment from Kim in her comments that says OCAS for winter programs closed at noon today.
Okay, sure. I knew it would be coming soon.
Okay, great.
All right. So for anybody that's looking for any information, food and nutrition management or anything else, this is how you find the quick information. So go ahead and hover under the academics tab again, Jenny. Now, again, we have 130 programs. So if you know in advance what program you want, or even just by general information, what it is that you're looking for. So food and nutrition management is a graduate certificate. So you can search for that on the left-hand side there under graduate certificates. Click on that if you would. And then scroll down on that one. This is the landing page for all of the programs that would fall within this kind of area. So click on programs, find your one there, food and nutrition management. I can see it in the middle. There you go. And the page that it's going to take you to now is the general information that anybody is going to need to know generally about this program. So we can see right off the bat when it's got its intakes, the campus that it's offered at, how long it is. It's got field placements. You can do it either full-time or part-time. Go ahead and scroll down a little bit further again, if you would, Jenny, please. Some program description. This is the general, what you could expect to experience if you took this program. Keep going on down. We're going to talk about what careers you can get, what it takes to get into the program. Keep going down. The courses that you would take. Now, I want to point out here, you can't click on anything in this area, so that if you're interested in disease and diseaseability, then is that what it says?
Disability.
Disease and disability. It's hard to see. The font is like teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Then you can't click on that, but I'm going to show you where you can. So scroll back up to the top of the page, and on the right hand side of the screen is where you're going to find some super awesome information. So apply now. If you haven't already done that, learn how to apply. Connect with us. You can either join our mailing list or talk with somebody like me. You can learn about how much it's going to cost you to go to school. Now, two things I want to point out here. The first is, if, as a generalist, I know lots of stuff because I've been around for a while, but I don't know everything about all 130 programs. So if there's something really specific that you want to know, then in this particular case, Matt Kohler is the contact for this program. You can reach out to him by phone or email and ask him really specific stuff, like, what was the course delivery like for this year? Where are people finding jobs? How much salary could I expect to receive if I was enrolled in this program after I graduated? So on and so forth. So those are great questions for the coordinator or for the program contact. But as far as class information, click on the link, if you would, under program outlines that says 2021, 2022. this is our program outline, and you'll see a lot of the same information that you saw on the previous page, but way more. So you're going to see, again, career opportunities, program learning outcomes. If you want to scroll down a little bit here, Jenny, then you can see program learning outcomes is what you would, if you graduate from this program, Georgian will certify that you have reliably demonstrated the ability to, in this particular case, complete the following 13 learning outcomes. This stuff you can put on a resume, which is kind of nice. Keep on going down, program progression. I want you to go all the way down to where it says program tracking. And now you see the classes again, but this time you can click on them. So go ahead and click on FDNM 1003 for disease and disability. And you should see a little bubble open up that's going to give you a detailed descriptor of this individual class. It's going to tell you what you'll experience over a 14-week semester. You'll have 42 hours in class. You can, if you've got previous learning that you want to transfer, then this qualifies for prior learning assessment eligible. And then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, Jenny, then you can see at the very end, if you were to complete this program, then you'll see how many hours you will have spent in class. And I can't see that on your screen, but
804.
So that's kind of cool. So that works for all 130 plus programs. It doesn't matter whether you're looking for architecture or fine arts. So you're going to find all the information and connection information you need via our website that way. Like, we're trying to give it as much as possible, but quite honestly, guys, if you can make to open house, you should come. It's you can register very simply on our site. It's right on the main page. You just click RSVP, put in some basic information. We'll send you an agenda and a link to log in, and you can drop in for any sessions or all the sessions that have interest to you.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, we're so excited to see you all at Open House on Saturday. Thank you so much, Kailey, for all your time and for explaining all of this to us and demystifying the college experience for us.
It's always a pleasure. I never mind coming on. It's I feel like I'm being interviewed by Oprah or something every time I'm on this.
You get an interview and you get an interview. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take
Thanks,
care.
guys. See you at Open House.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kailey, for taking the time to join us today. And thank you to all of you for taking the time to join us today. If you missed any of our questions, again, we were talking all about Georgian's Open House, which is this Saturday, January 23, between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you missed any questions, any answers that we went over today, we are going to be posting this video to our IGTV, to our Instagram, to Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube as well this afternoon. So you can always check it there. Share it with your family and friends. If you know somebody who's maybe interested in college or some career match or programs, or who just wants to get some more information, for sure, share it with them from there. And we are going to be back next week with another really awesome and fun live chat on Thursday, January 28th. And that's going to be, again, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that one's going to be all focused on international. So if you're an international student, especially, join us. Ask your questions. We're going to have a couple members of our International Center with us answering some questions. So see you then. So in the meantime, make sure to share this live chat with anyone who's interested, with your family and friends. Bookmark it if you're interested in coming to Open House. And we hope to see you at Open House on Saturday, January 23. And so take care, everybody. Stay safe. And we'll see you on Saturday. Thanks. Take care. Bye.